Coaster fans, it's time for another 5-year plan. This time I'm predicting the future of Six Flags Magic Mountain. What new attractions will they be adding in the next 5 years? What I'll be doing in this video is not only looking at what attractions should they add, but what I think they will add. I'll try to make it as accurate as possible, but also this is one of those Six Flags parks that really needs to have some work done on it that is not coaster related. Six Flags Magic Mountain focuses so much on roller coasters that some other areas of the park really are neglected. They need more diverse rides and to focus a little bit more on the park appearance. So before we begin predicting the park's future, let's take a step back and look at what they added in the last 5 years. Of the last 5 years, in 4 of them they added a new roller coaster. Which I'm not saying that I don't like the coasters that they added. Full Throttle is great, Twisted Colossus is really innovative, Speedy Gonzales is the park's 4th kiddie coaster, Green Lantern First Flight is the only one of its kind inside the United States. They're all cool rides, but when a park is focusing on roller coasters for 4 out of the 5 years in a row, and then the one time they don't add a roller coaster, it's another thrill ride. I'm sorry, but I think that they need to take a step back and focus on more things other than thrill rides, especially if you want a well-rounded park. So, to kick things off, I think in 2016 they should add a much-needed family ride package expansion. We saw a little bit of this in 2014 when they tried to focus on Bugs Bunny World, but they should add more other than a kiddie coaster. How about some Larson Flying Scooters? A lot of parks are adding these recently, and these are great fun rides. Also, Six Flags has installed some Aqua Blast or Tsunami Soakers. I think that'd be a hit at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And then they could add a few other rides, not just kiddie rides, but family rides. And then also they should focus on making the park a better place by sprucing it up a bit. Maybe rip up some of those ugly concrete paths and turn them into stoned paths. Six Flags Magic Mountain probably won't be able to go too much longer without doing something coaster related. That's just how the park works. A lot of people have been talking about how they would love to see the Revolution restored. This Schwarzkopf coaster operates with over-the-shoulder restraints. It didn't used to operate like that. It used to have lap bars and a lot more comfortable trains. I know I personally would love to see this coaster spruced up and given a makeover. And I believe that Six Flags Magic Mountain is capable of this. They did that with Scream in 2015. They gave it a repaint. They didn't give it new trains, but they at least made the coaster look a lot nicer, and they can do that with the Revolution. And in my opinion, it's better to fix up the current coasters that you have than to get a brand new one when your current coasters need some work. In 2018, Six Flags Magic Mountain should add a new dark ride. They don't have a single dark ride, and so it would be a great fit at the park. A park needs to be well balanced. This park is so coaster heavy that they need to add some more thrill rides. Really, the only thrill ride that they have is their drop tower. A dark ride would work great. Six Flags St. Louis and Six Flags Over Texas have both installed Justice League Battle for Metropolis Dark Ride in 2015, and something like that would work great at Six Flags Magic Mountain. As for where to put it, you have some space available by the wharf and the old metro station where this ride would fit in nicely. In 2019, it will have been 4 years since Six Flags Magic Mountain will have added their last roller coaster, which will have been Twisted Colossus. So I'm predicting that by now, they will naturally want to add a new one. In my opinion, they should be adding some more stuff before they add a new roller coaster. However, knowing the park, they probably will have added a new one by now. And the one type of coaster that I really see fitting into the park's lineup that they don't have is a Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter. Now, Six Flags and Gerstlauer haven't been on easy terms recently. However, hopefully by 2019 they will have made up and Six Flags will have started buying new coasters from them again. I'm not saying they will have, but it's a possibility. A Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter would be a great fit because they don't have a roller coaster that pulls you up a chain lift vertically and then drops you with a beyond vertical drop. This also would be a very compact roller coaster, which Six Flags Magic Mountain doesn't have. They could easily fit it in the old Déjà Vu spot, which was their old Vekoma giant inverted boomerang. And knowing Six Flags Magic Mountain, they might want to break a few records or two. Maybe they will have taken some inspiration from Cannibal going in at Lagoon, which is very Eurofighter-esque. However, Cannibal isn't being built by Gerstlauer. So who knows, but some coaster along that style would be great at Magic Mountain. And by 2020, they should add a new thrill ride. This would give them 3 thrill rides in the park. I'd love to see a Skyscreamer type ride here, however Six Flags has stopped purchasing them. I know, it's unfortunate. A 400-foot tall Skyscreamer here would be perfect. But since we probably won't be seeing that, I could see a HUSS Frisbee here or even a top spin. And I think that the flat ride option is more likely for 2020 than another family ride expansion. They love their thrill rides, and so I don't think that they'll want to add more family rides after they will have just added some new ones in 2016, which will have been 4 years since 2020. Which most parks tend to add family rides every few years, maybe every 3 or 4 years. However, Magic Mountain, it's a lot longer of a time span. At least it seems to be that way looking at trends in the park's history. So here's my prediction for what the next 5 years at Six Flags Magic Mountain might look like. A lot of the times you can predict a park's future by looking at their past, and so in the next 5 years I'd like to see them break away a little bit from adding roller coaster after roller coaster after roller coaster, and focus on making the park a better place, and that is done by sprucing up the park and adding more family rides to appeal to more people. So it's very much up in the air, and parks don't often even think 5 years into the future. They often tend to look no more than 3 years in the future, and a lot can change in 5 years. So a manufacturer could come along with this brand new ride that Six Flags Magic Mountain just has to have. But that's what's fun about these videos. They're predictions, and so it's always interesting to see what happens and see if they come true. But this is at least what I would like to see at the park in their future.